Long before the world knew heroes, before gods walked among men, there was a spider, small in stature but vast in cunning. His name was Anansi, the trickster, the weaver of webs both real and imagined. He danced on the edge of chaos, outsmarting gods, trapping beasts and bending the world to his will. But every trick has its price, and every web its snare. This is the tale of Anansi, the spider who dared to steal wisdom from the heavens, only to find that the greatest trick of all was learning humility. So lean in close, for this story is not just his, it's ours, and it begins with a single thread.
Anansi was now known for being clever and tricky, and everyone admired him. But Anansi wanted more. He wanted to be the smartest creature ever. One day, he came up with a big plan. He would collect all the wisdom in the world and keep it for himself. That way, no one would ever be smarter than him. Anansi traveled far and wide, talking to wise old people, listening to stories, and learning the secrets of nature. Every bit of wisdom he found, he put into a big clay pot. Over time, the pot became very heavy, but Anansi didn't care. He was so excited to have all the wisdom. Now I'll be the smartest of all, he thought. But Anansi didn't want anyone else to take the pot. He decided to hide it in a tall tree where no one could reach it. He thought this was the perfect plan. Anansi tied a rope around the pot and hung it around his neck so it dangled in front of him. Then he started climbing the tall tree. But the pot was big and heavy, and it kept bumping into the tree trunk. Anansi wobbled and slipped, struggling to keep his balance. As Anansi climbed, his young son watched from below. The boy was smart, just like his dad. He noticed how hard it was for Anansi to climb with the pot in front of him. "Father," the boy called out, "why don't you carry the pot on your back? It won't get in your way that way." Anansi stopped. He felt angry and embarrassed. How can my son know something I don't? He thought. But when he thought about it, he realized the boy was right. Carrying the pot on his back would make climbing easier. This made Anansi even more upset because he thought he had all the wisdom. Anansi's anger grew. He had worked so hard to collect all the wisdom, but now it seemed like he didn't have it all. His own son had shown him something he hadn't thought of. Anansi couldn't stand it. He pulled the pot off his neck and shouted, "If I can't have all the wisdom, then no one will." In a fit of rage, Anansi threw the pot to the ground. It smashed into tiny pieces, and the wisdom inside flew out. The wind carried the bits of wisdom all over the land. People, animals, and even trees received pieces of wisdom. Everyone felt smarter and started to understand new things. Anansi watched, shocked. The wisdom he had worked so hard to collect was now everywhere. Birds sang songs of knowledge, rivers whispered secrets, and people began to solve problems together. Anansi realized he had lost the wisdom forever. After the pot broke, the world became a better place. People shared the bits of wisdom they had received. They worked together to make life easier and happier. Farmers learned better ways to grow food. Artists created amazing works, and leaders made fair choices for everyone. Anansi felt sad and confused. He wandered the forest, thinking about what he had done. At first, he was angry that he no longer had all the wisdom. But as he watched others use the wisdom to help each other, he began to see something new. Sharing wisdom made the world brighter and more connected. One day, Anansi's son came to him. The boy smiled and said, "Father, you still have your cleverness. Maybe you can use it to help others now." Anansi thought about this and felt a little better. Maybe he didn't need all the wisdom to make a difference.
met a little fish swimming to the sea. Where a little fed to that rich gold. Oh man, say this God not we anymore. Man tell stories in the jungle deep. You could tell it to yourself when you fall asleep. Hear a little story from a spider mind. Watch your face, then you'll feel your trip so fine. Hey, Anansi. Hey, Anansi. Hey, Anansi. Hey, hey. Truth be told, we're at the start of the finish. Life getting true for the sinners. 12:30 folk, dug out pit hole in the middle. Hear me now, it's you and me. Spoofing folk, no more. Well, we be survivors. You hear me now? Tell me now. We're gonna reach wine up. Tell me now, do we get wine up? Ooh, yeah. Hey, Anansi.